Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Let's get right into the video. And before I do so, I always feel I have to say this. I am not right. I am not left. I am not conservative. I am not fucking liberal. Not Democratic. I'm not Republican. And the reason why I say that is because this man right here, you know who he is using these words and labels to divide the country. And this guy actually thought that making this speech, whoever the hell was listening and egging him on, which he has a crowd in front of him or in back of him, who knows if it's real, whatever. Why do we need to label each other? Why is this guy doing so? Why is he dividing the country more than he ever did before he became the fake president he is? Remember, before this guy took office, you were called a racist, you were called a misogynist. All these fucking words just came out of nowhere. Came out of nowhere. Everything with the is or ism or whatever the hell, these words just came out of nowhere, and it mostly came out of the newer generation. Not even the newer generations, but the kids in university and high school. All these little wannabe fucking activists that thought that they were standing up for something great, just to only find out now that they can't even make it in the world because everything is so goddamn expensive, where they can't even move out of their fucking parents' house, or they can't even find a job that they went to school for. And now they want to raise the minimum wage of fast food workers when everything else there will be raised as far as the food and so on and so forth. But these people took upon the streets and destroyed everything and screamed in the air and called everybody racist and misogynist and bigot and whatever the fuck else there was if they had a different opinion or view than them. So I ask you this question: am I a MAGA supporter if I don't share the same view as you? Am I a MAGA supporter if I stand in the middle of all of this? Am I a MAGA supporter if I don't agree with Black Lives Matter and Tifa, even the fucking Proud Boys I don't trust? I don't trust any of that crap. Am I a MAGA supporter if I don't support this guy right here on the screen? That's what he is saying, that I don't stand with the Constitution. Who the fuck are you to tell me what I stand for? I believe I understand the Constitution way more than you do. You have destroyed our Constitution, and you are acting as if you support it and you stand by it 100% because what, you're on national TV? Get the fuck out of here. The reason why I'm showing this video is because it shows clearly, while this man is having a speech, everything he's calling or everything he's labeling the people is everything he supported and he funded. Black Lives Matter was the biggest scam that anybody could even think about. And now that people who supported Black Lives Matter, if you ask them, not even confront them, you just ask them, how do you feel about Black Lives Matter now? Their way of dodging that question, because of everything that has been released and exposed, their answer to that now is, I support the cause, but I don't support everything that has been exposed. Because we all know now, Black Lives Matter was funded by the Democratic Party, and it was easy to find that. A dumbass like me was able to fucking find that. And you know how I did so? I went to Black Lives Matter website. This is when Black Lives Matter first came out. I was curious, how the hell does this organization come about? How did they get so many sponsors? And how did they get so much money and so much exposure? So I went to Black Lives Matter's website. I went to the donate section, which they always promoted. Donate, donate, donate. Okay, I clicked on donate, and it rerouted me to a whole nother Google page, or just a web page. And the web page on top said Act Blue. I figured, well, we all know that these people like to go by colors. Red, blue, whatever the fuck it is, skin color, all racist crap. So I copied and pasted the web page, which was Act Blue. I went to Wikipedia and I typed in Act Blue. And sure enough, what did Act Blue say? Act Blue is an organization created by the Democratic Party, which they use Act Blue for many organizations, such as Black Lives Matter, to fund or to receive donations. It was that easy to find, and they leave it out there, but people don't want to search up that shit. And when all that destroying and all that crap was happening and all the division was happening in this country, nobody wanted to search that up, because all they wanted to do was look on their goddamn social media, and all they wanted to do was listen to their teachers and their fucking professors and the celebrities and the athletes taking a kneel, etc., and just follow along. Nothing but fucking followers. No one wanted to be a leader to say, whoa, hold up here. Let's look deeper into this. Now let's play this video. That's interesting. Shit like this has been happening. Why? I don't know. Like, things don't want to play. Very interesting.
Law, they do not recognize the will of the people. They promote authority. MAGA Republicans do not respect the Constitution. They do not believe in the rule of law. They do not recognize the will of the people. They promote authoritarian leaders, and they fan the flames of political violence that are a threat to our personal rights, to the pursuit of justice, to the rule of law, to the very soul of this country. Trump and the extreme MAGA Republicans quote a clear and present danger to our democracy. We do not encourage violence. We are still an America that believes in honesty and decency and respect for others. MAGA Republicans have made their choice. They embrace anger. They thrive on chaos. They live not in the light of truth, but in the shadow of lies. But together we can choose a different path. We can choose a better path forward to the future. I know your hearts, and I know our history. This is a nation that honors our Constitution. We do not reject it. This is a nation that believes in the rule of law. We do not repudiate it. But while the threat to American democracy is real, I want to say as clearly as we can, we are not powerless in the face of these threats. We are not bystanders in this ongoing attack on democracy. There are far more Americans from every background and belief who reject the extreme MAGA ideology than those that accept it. History tells us that blind loyalty to a single leader and a willingness to engage in political violence is fatal to democracy. There is no place for political violence in America, period. None, ever. We've seen election officials, poll workers, many of them volunteers of both parties, subject to intimidation and death threats. And can you believe it? FBI agents just doing their job as directed, facing threats to their own lives from
the FBI that raided Mar-a-Lago, whatever that fucking shit happened. Why haven't they raided his son's laptop or his house, etc.? Hunter Biden has been exposed for sex trafficking and drug trafficking, abusing drugs and women on video, and it's out there. But the FBI don't want to say nothing about that, right? No, never. And this fucking guy right here wants to act as if that doesn't exist. The FBI is on his side. The FBI, the DOJ, all of that, Department of Justice, even the fucking military. What is wrong with the military? Are you guys going to get off your fucking knees and stop taking demands and stand up for your people and your country? Or are you guys just going to throw on all this fucking gear and tactical gear, wear this camouflage, and act as if, oh, I served my country. My brothers and sisters died. Shut the fuck up, man. We don't want to hear that shit. We want to see you here protecting the people, which you're supposed to be doing. But nah, you're over there just fucking acting like cowboys and shit, wearing that uniform, thinking you're serving something. You ain't serving shit. You're taking demands from this piece of crap and your generals and etc. All these people who have been compromised and who are against the people. So don't give me any of that shit about the FBI. The FBI is one-sided. It's clear. There's video proof, and I have it right here on this channel, of Biden whipping and molesting a young girl. But no one wants to talk about that.
Their own fellow citizens. On top of that, there are public figures today, yesterday, and the day before predicting and all but calling for mass violence and rioting in the streets. This is inflammatory. It's dangerous. It's against the rule of law.
Anyway, shout out to Daily Caller for putting that out. Check out their channel. And just to clear this out and end it off, we all need to stand together. The whole world, the people around the whole world are standing together against their politicians, their corrupted politicians. If you guys are gonna fall for this shit again in this country, where these organizations come out and they start forming and going, and once the new election is coming up and the campaign starts, all these organizations pop up out of nowhere, and all of a sudden more division goes across the whole country. More people get hurt, more people fight with one another, and so on. Are you guys gonna keep doing this shit, or are you gonna stand together like the rest of the world is against their fucking corrupted politicians and make a change? The people run this world, not these bastards right here who think that they can go on in front of these fucking mainstream news media, puppets, and just tell the whole world that they believe in so-and-so and you should support them. Get the fuck out of here. The reason why I don't support that guy, and there's also reasons why I don't support Trump either. Trump used labels, and the labels were a part of creating the division also. He fed into it. The left, the left, the left, the left. They're not the fucking left. They're communists and socialists. That's all you had to call them. Why aren't you calling them that? Why are you calling them the left? That's one thing I didn't agree about Trump. But there's so many things that I agreed with Trump, was that he formed peace around the world. He pulled our troops out of the Middle East, out of that bullshit-ass fucking war that Biden and Obama put us in. Mass weapons of destruction. So did Bush. And Bush was Republican, but we all know he's in the sheets with fucking Democrats. It's all money. They kept us in that war. That war. They bombed these cities, killed thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. And what, we're supposed to forget about that? He left the Kurds, which are an independent little plot of land in the middle of all that destruction. He left them out just to die. Trump came in there and he reinforced them. And there's actually a story about that if you looked it up, where the Kurds were actually being attacked by, I can't remember the exact amount of mercenaries from Russia, and the US Marines happened to be there and destroyed the fucking mercenaries. But if they weren't there because Trump didn't reinforce the Kurds, they would have took that whole land over. That was a negotiation because the Kurds gained their independency during the Obama's time, the whole war going on. That's just one. What about the North Korea and South Korea? He made peace with them. That's two. What about supporting the farmers and giving them, a bunch of fucking money to fix up their land, to make us almost 100% independent on agriculture and livestock? What about being 100% independent on oil, which we are not right now? We are completely dependent. This guy, this fake president, is asking Saudi Arabia and Venezuela for oil. Drill it here. There's a little plot of land on Texas that can fuel up this country for the rest of 200 years. Why are we drilling here? Look, man, the story goes on, and I hope you enjoyed it. But anyways, like, share, subscribe, comment. Get this news out there. Stop the division. Stand together. Stop labeling one another. Stop believing in political parties. Believe in the policies that they pass. Okay? Stop believing what side you're on. You're just a follower. Watch the policies that are being passed. Look into them. Look into the fine print. Don't just read, the title, the label. Stick together, y'all. United we stand, divided we fall.